Sheldon, what have been the advantages of having this kind of time ahead of round two?
Well, you get to prepare more, be a little more thorough in your preparations, and also be able to spread out what you provide the players, and not have to overwhelm them. So it's been good. We've had a sufficient amount of time, and we think we've had a good process to be able to prepare. Now we're just anxious to play the games.
Disadvantages?
Well, of course, you lose your edge a little bit there. Because it's been a good chunk of time. It hasn't been that long. I mean, the AHL season does have some lulls in it, so it's not completely unique. But we thought we played our best game of the series in Game 3, and now you have to take some time away and spread things out and now prepare for a different opponent. So sure, there's some disadvantages, but both teams have had pretty much the same type of break, and we're certainly excited to play.
You've got a very, very young defense. Any concerns there?
No, I mean, the guys have proven to be capable. I think I've said it before that, certainly in Sandin and Liljegren's case, when we look at them, if not for their development and their ability to take on extra responsibility throughout the season, we're probably not even playing in the playoffs. So those guys are huge parts of our team, and Hollowell's addition we think is a positive one, and we do have other options if we feel that we need it. But we like our group here. With Rosen's addition, obviously helps us greatly. But just the way that our sixth defense played in Game 3 against Rochester, and the way it's looked through this week in practice, we feel really good about the group.
How do those guys? So a lot of them are on the smaller side too. How do they offset maybe some of the length that they lack in terms of defensive responsibility and all of that? I mean, last year you had Hull and Marinson, guys with a lot of length.
Yeah. The biggest thing, the thing that we've tried to focus on the most, is to try to have them defend as little as possible and they play to their strengths. With Sandin, Liljegren, and Hollowell in particular, not the biggest guys, but all three of them have the ability to move the puck very well and very efficiently. So the better that we distribute the puck amongst our team and throughout the ice, means we'll defend a little bit less, which was exactly the case in Game 3. Rosen's strength is to be able to help us get out of our zone and all those things. So if we can defend less, it's an advantage for us. But at the same time, when it has come time to defend, I think Liljegren's been as good as any guy we've had here in that Rochester series. I mean, there's no easy shifts. He's defended very well. He's broke up a lot of rushes. Body positioning was great. Sandin's been very good at that as well. And Hollowell has done a really good job of just knowing his spots and having good gap. And with the foot speed that he has, he's been able to manage that really well. So, I'm not too concerned with it, frankly. We'll see. It's a new opponent, and we'll see how things shake out here in those matchups. But we've really been excited about what we've seen from the group as a whole. And in terms of the size, I'm not too concerned about that.
How much have you looked at your skill guys, such as Bracco and Brooks, to play more defense in the playoffs? And has that worked out that way for you so far?
Yeah, well, it's important. I mean, offense is harder to come by in playoffs for sure. And, we're down to the final 8 teams in the league here. So a lot of teams have gone home. So anyone you're playing are of high quality. So every shift is of high quality in terms of the opposition's ability to counter against you. So, yeah, defensive play and being responsible with the puck, all of those things are that much more important. So all of our players were asking for a little more attention to detail in that sense. And I think a lot of it just goes without saying in playoff hockey, and the guys find a way to do that. So, we've been encouraged with not just those guys, but our whole group in terms of how they've ramped it up. And it really goes back further than just the playoffs. I think, we had to earn a playoff spot in the last few weeks of the season, and our team put together some great efforts. And even after we had clinched, I look at us going on the road and playing in Belleville against a team that needed points, needed wins to make the playoffs. And sort of a meaningless game for us, but we go in and with a playoff mindset, and our team, plays very well together as a team. So the time of year, I think, really brings out those types of details in guys' games.
NHL, AHL seems to be the year of the upset. Do you guys a little wary of that, as you're the little bit of the favorites with home ice and defending champions, or are there any favorites anymore?
Yeah, I think when you get down to the final 8, I don't know that there's that much at play anymore. Certainly, we look at last round. I think with us being underdogs in the Rochester series and Cleveland being underdogs against Syracuse, a little more of that at play. I think now where we're at, despite the fact we have home ice, so many good teams have gone home, and the team we're playing beat a very good team, as good as there is in our conference, and so we know we're up for that. We have to be up for that challenge. But I think a lot of that stuff kind of gets thrown out, and we know we have a great challenge ahead here. It's strange the way the season goes, with the way our season's been up and down and gone all sorts of directions. Yet here we are in round 2 with home ice. It's strange how things work out, but this team, if we look at their last 20 games, they've got 5 regulation losses in the last 20 games. So they've been playing really good hockey for a good period of time, and they really found another level against Syracuse. So they're coming in at an all-time high in terms of confidence.